Hi everybody, I'm Bill Sanders and this is Watch Art Sci, the art and science of watch collection. Today we're going to be taking a look at Valeriy's atomic collection, and it's really a very interesting collection. I call it the atomic collection because it's one of the most interesting watches to me. Was a recent one that Val got for the work he was doing. He was doing some work at the Eco Center outside of Chernobyl. I think he came within between 30 kilometers within the exclusion zone around Chernobyl. And they told him, said, don't wear watches with a lot of metal. Uh, get something without that. So he got a Casio F91W. It was about 10 euros. That's the watch right there. So anyway, he worked there, and he went back to Austria, and somebody stole his watch. So he stole the Casio F91. But they caught the guy who did it. They simply had a lineup, and they turned off the lights, and the one who glowed in the dark was the guy. Just kidding. Okay. This is an interesting watch in that it's very inexpensive. It gets it's been tested around a radioactive site, and somebody stole it. I don't know. I get a kick out of that. If you're gonna steal something, maybe something one less radioactive and two more valuable. But that's a cool watch, and it's great for the exact use that Val put it to. Okay, so let's take a look at the going through Val's collection, and you can see the evolution of the collection. I really like it. Starts off with a Tissot Carson, and Val said he got this when he graduated from high school. It's got an ETA 2824-2 in it. Nice, clean watch. Nothing about this watch that I can say, oh, they ought to do this or they do that. Really, just a nice, clean watch. Time and date, and not expensive too, I might add. All right, now these next two, they both have a Seiko 7S26 movement, and they're both very, very different, very interesting. The first one is the Seiko 5 Arabic. On several occasions, I've talked about how much I like the Seiko 5 because when it first came out, it had so many innovations that not a lot of other watch companies had. And it's called the Seiko 5 Arabic SNK063J5. And that's very, very cool. If you want to learn Arabic, that might be the way to do it. Get an Arabic watch and start by learning the dates and the numbering system. It's a beautiful watch, very good looking, very well preserved. The next one is a Seiko SKX007. This is a diver's watch, and it's day date, not bad. It's just sort of a nice little watch. Val said he was really getting into Seikos because you got so much watch for the money, and I agree with him. I mean, you don't have to pay a lot for a Seiko compared to what you get both horologically and design-wise and everything else. All right, this next one, I had to do the comparison. Now, Val said he always just loved the Navitimer by Breitling, and I can understand that because when I used to fly, this was one of the watches I just thought was, boy, that's a be all and end all. That was then, this is now. So I thought, well, I'll take a look at these two watches and see what's in which and what they cost. Now, at Long Island Watches, they had one advertised with the SNA 411 for $287. Okay, now it's a Quartz watch. But I was looking at it, and man, I think it's got a lot of detail. That's a heck of a dial you get. Now, if you look at the Navitimer, it's pretty much the same. You got the same arrangement of subdials, and you got a bunch of other information there for you. And so, in looking at it, except the difference is this one's the Navitimer, the Breitling Navitimer, is almost $7,000, 6910. Now, the caliber is a 24. It's Breitling 24 caliber, which has the ETA 7754 base. And so, not picking on ETA, believe me. But ETA, I do know they're mass produced and they're relatively inexpensive, and this is why they're so popular. Plus the fact that they're good movements. All right, so let's see what's in that ETA 7754 before Breitling does anything to it. You got the hours, minutes, small seconds. You got the date display in the window. Slow switching, chronograph counters, 67, 30 minutes, and 12 hours, 24-hour hand or second time. Chronograph mechanism with cams, 2 push button, 1 correction button, quick correction of date, and 24-hour hand. Time setting with stop second, self-winding mechanism, unidirectional. That's the ETA 7754. All right. Breitling didn't have to do anything. You just pop that sucker in there and make sure all of the there's there are little holes for the posts that come out for the hands. So this is one of the things that I've sort of grumbled about a lot, and I think it needs grumbling. If we're going to be watch collectors, we need to know what's in there. Don't tell us it's caliber 24. You got a 70. You can say it's a caliber 24, which is it's an ETA 7754 base, and this is what Breitling does to it. There's nothing like that. There's not even a mention of the 7754. And looking at what the 7754 does, and this is from the ETA site, not Breitling's. It does all of those things. So anyway, if I had a choice between a Flightmaster for $287 from Seiko or the Navitimer with an ETA in it, in a minute I'd go with a $287 deal that I could pick up at Long Island Watches. If you're going to have luxury watches and have luxury prices on it, better do 2 things. One, I think, make your own movements, and second of all, tell the buyer what's in the thing. So, good move, Val. All right, moving right along. Now, this one is especially interesting. This is a Rolex Submariner from 1996. It's a 140/60. And I was looking at that thing, and that is in beautiful shape. This is a 1996. You're talking 20-odd years old, and it looks brand new. Beautiful watch. Now, it's got the caliber 3000 in it, and Val noted that it was pre-CSOC. Well, what that means is that at some point, I'm not sure what it was, all Rolex movements were CSOC certified, which is nice. And he got it the way it went. He ordered a Panerai that he liked. They said wouldn't be ready for a while, but they'd give him a 30% discount if he wanted to wait 15 months. I don't know, some ridiculous amount of time. He'd already put money down on it. So they said, well, with some of the money that you already put down for the Panerai plus the Tudor Black Bay, you can get this Submariner. So that's how he got the Submariner. He started to get a Panerai and ended up with a Submariner. A much better choice, I think. All right. Now, the final watch is one, again, it's one of those Rolexes I really like a lot from way back when. The thing I like the most about it is that it's got what's called the Polar, which has the white dial, and then hands. It's got the big Mercedes hands, and it's got a sword hand. It's got that thing with the arrowhead on the end for the GMT time. And it's, for me, for some reason, I have a hard time with black dials and white numbers. Not totally, but I mean, sometimes I do. And some of my favorite watches have a black dial, so I'm out of luck on that. But this is one, man, I tell you, this is one I really like. And so I keep talking about Rolexes I like and still haven't got one yet. All right, with this one, I mean, it's a wonderful collection. You got two nice Rolexes in it, and both for, which I think was the way they came into it, and they're not brand new, but they look brand new. So I think that's a heck of a deal that Val's got. So anyway, naturally, I'm interested in hearing what you think ought to be Val's next move. He mentioned, now, Val lived in Austria, moved to Switzerland, had a wonderful time living in Austria, and we're thinking, well, you know, sort of homesick, I'll get a Harbring too. Felix, great watch, fabulous watch, handmade, A11 movement. That I would highly recommend for Val. You guys may have some other ideas, some other recommendations. I think is, you know, for this kind of collection, it's just interesting to me, and that's what's the most important thing. Got watches you like, some good stories to go along with them. So anyway, okay, so let's hear what you think, and this is an invitation to subscribe if you like. And until next Friday, this is Bill Sanders for Watch Outside, the Art and Science of Watch Collection.